Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is sad news for me, but it's great news also. I am going to be fixing my Beats headset band. I'm going to remove the tape so that you could see how it's broken, and we're going to then move into fixing it. I put this tape on there to ensure that it didn't get worse, and then I put it on the other side to make sure that side also didn't break. Okay, so as you can see, it was literally a clean crack. Now mind you, I don't really use these headphones like that because they hurt my ears. Like the pads hurt my ears because it's too tight. I typically use my earbuds, but like I find it quite crazy how this just cracked in half like that. Alright, so today you will need a few things. So you'll need the headset that needs to be fixed. You'll need a toolkit that has very small Phillips screwdrivers, and this has the two types. And then you'll need to order a replacement headband. So I got this from eBay. I was looking on Amazon, they just didn't offer the bright pink color. So let's hope that the color is accurate. Okay, so here's your replacement headband, and then here are the replacement screws that it comes with. Even though you already have screws in here, they just give you an extra set. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is remove the inner rubber layer. Make sure you don't pull this too hard because the wire that's right there could potentially pop. You don't want to pop that wire. So go ahead and extend it out of the way. Get your screwdriver set. Figure out which one will best take it off. Okay, that seems to fit. Okay, so we want to maneuver this piece out from this bottom piece here. We want to separate them. So we're going to do that on both sides. So this side needs to be separated from that side. So I would just say take one of your small flathead screwdrivers and just kind of go between the pockets here on the inside and just push it out. You want to be careful though, because you don't want to pop your wire. Before we pull this side all the way out, let's go ahead and detach this inner piece that's snapping it in place. Let's go ahead and detach that. And you want to make sure that you're being careful because it's a wire that's on the inside, and you just want to make sure that you're going to put the wire back where it belongs. So as you're popping it off, make sure that you're taking note as to where that wire is sitting. Let's take a quick note as to where that wire was laying. You'll see that there's a canal going straight down the center where the wire is supposed to lay. And it has a little groove that you just stick the wire between, and it lays flat. So when we replace this part of the headband, we need to make sure it goes straight down the center in between those tiny little grooves. So now we can take this all the way off and get ready to replace it with our new one. Okay, let's do a color match. It is indeed almost the same. This one is a little bit darker, so the new one is a little bit darker than the original. Not by much, but yeah. All right, so now we're going to insert this side inside. Make sure that when you're inserting it, the wire is correctly placed in the center. So let's pull it back out. Put the wire right in the center there, and then you push it in. So be careful as you're pushing it in, because it's probably going to take a couple tries for you to get it all the way locked in. And for safety precautions, I am going to add my screws on this side just to lock it in place. So go ahead and add your screws, and the screws should pull it down the rest of the way. Okay, it seems flush now, so I can tighten my screws. Let's now add it to the other side. See, the wire is just completely chewed up on that side. Not sure why, but got to be extra careful with this side. Okay, so we're gonna station it in place, and then we're gonna flip it over. Make sure that we put our wire in the center. So let's pull it slightly out, put the wire in the center, and then we'll push it all the way in place. That became flushed a lot easier than the other side. I'm just checking the integrity of my new headband to make sure there aren't any hairline fractures. Okay, everything seems to be good to go. Okay, so now we're going to attach this piece back to the headset. So before you attach it, go ahead and start pressing in your wire into the grooves that I was mentioning earlier. Because when you press it in, it should just lay right inside the grooves. So now that we have half of it pressed in, we're just going to lay this on top here, and then we're going to press it down, and then you lock in the first set. So now that that set is locked in, you just want to make sure that the rest of your wire is maneuvered in place. Okay, so I just needed to get off camera really quick to test a few things out. So I noticed that just in case you run into the same issue, you get a headband that won't adjust accordingly to your wire. So your wire seems like it's pulling just a little bit too much, and it won't quite go into the grooves and stay there. So what you're going to end up having to do is just force this piece onto it and click it in place, and the wire will just lay in place by itself. We're just going to lay this frame where it belongs. So just sit it in its original location where we took it off from, and just snap it in place. Now the thing about the wire, because it's a lot of room on the inside, it's gonna slightly give. So just snap this piece on as much as you can, and it'll kind of maneuver itself into its proper location, and then it kind of just moves in its position. All right, so now we're going to add our rubber piece to the inside. What you want to do is take these two little pointy ends and stick them inside of these two holes right here. See how that goes inside that hole? So you stick them inside both holes, and there you go. So then you hold that bottom piece and you just kind of snap it in place around the outside of this plastic piece. And on this side, you have to kind of bend it just slightly so we can push it inside the hole. Do that on the other side. Press the rest of it in place. Even if it's slightly buckling, get your flathead screwdriver and kind of release the buckle. Now we have our brand new, completely fixed Beats headphone band. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial of me showing you how to repair your own Beats headset band. And thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.